Hello everyone and welcome to the Mikey Scott Studio YouTube channel. My name is Mikey and this is my basement recording studio in Penetanguishene, Ontario. Today we're doing another honest review and we're doing the Fine K688 microphone. The Fine K688 is a dynamic USB and XLR microphone. It promises pro sound for podcasters, streamers and voice artists. At around $100 Canadian, it punches above its weight, but how does it actually sound? Can it stand up against classics like the Blue Yeti, for example, or maybe even the lesser-known gem, the Saruni Audio MKS14? In this video, I'm going to walk you through the build, the specs, some real-world use cases, and I've got side-by-side sound tests, so you can hear the difference for yourself. Let's get into it. Inside the box, you get the mic itself, a surprisingly sturdy metal shock mount, a USB-C cable, and a thread adapter for mic stands. There's no XLR cable included, but that's fair, most buyers will start with USB anyway. Straight out of the box, it feels solid. The K688 is made from metal. It's a well-built mic, the knobs don't wobble, and the finish on the white version looks sharp on camera. If you're streaming or filming, having a colour that fits your setup is a huge plus. Let's get into the build and specs. The K688 is a dynamic cardioid microphone. That means it picks up a lot of what's in front and rejects a lot of what's behind. This makes it more ideal for untreated rooms or noisy environments, especially if your dog thinks the mailman's a burglar. On the bottom, you've got a USB-C port, you've got an XLR output, and you've got a headphone jack for direct monitoring. It works out of the box with USB, no drivers needed. But if you've got an interface, you can set up XLR anytime. There's also a mute button on the front, and there's two knobs at the bottom, one of them for mic gain and the other one for the headphone volume. You get smooth, firm knobs, not the kind of wobbly plastic you'd be getting on budget gear. It's made from metal, I'm guessing aluminum. It's a very well built microphone. The knobs don't wobble, and the finish on this white version looks quite clean on camera. If you're streaming or filming, having some colour options available to you is a huge bonus. Frequency response? Roughly 70 Hz to 15 kHz. It's not the widest range, but it means less low rumble and fewer harsh highs. It's tuned for clarity and spoken word, like podcasts, game streams, or yelling at your editor during remote sessions. Noise floor is pretty low for a budget dynamic microphone, and the built-in shock mount actually helps. It's metal, well built, and does a solid job minimising table thumps and accidental knocks. Let's hear how the K688 stacks up against two other microphones in the same price range and similar use case. The Blue Yeti is a USB condenser mic, extremely popular, especially with content creators. The Saruni Audio MKS14 is an affordable XLR condenser mic, and a bit of a hidden gem. Both are condenser microphones, while the K688 is a dynamic mic. In short, condenser mics are more sensitive. They capture more detail, but also more background noise. Great for studio vocals or ASMR. Not always great if your neighbour owns a lawnmower or you've got kids running around. Dynamic mics like the K688 focus more on what's in front of them. Less detail, more rejection of everything else. That's why you'll see them in radio booths, podcasts, or for live sound. Here's a side-by-side spoken word test. Same passage, same distance, no processing. Which of these three microphones would you choose for spoken word? Which of these three microphones would you choose for spoken word? Which of these three microphones would you choose for spoken word? Now I'm curious as to how they compare with my singing voice. 1, 2, 3, test. 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 Now let's compare the microphones with a bit of a guitar strum. I'd like to test its versatility. Final verdict. Who would want to use the Fine K688? At this price, around $100 Canadian, it seems to be depending on the retailer. It offers strong utility. Will it hold its value long term? Maybe not like premium studio gear, but thanks to the USB and XLR design and solid construction. It's the kind of microphone that will stay useful in your kit, even if you upgrade. If you're a streamer, a podcaster, or voice artist, and you're working from home in an untreated space, this microphone makes a lot of sense. It cuts out room noise, it handles plosives surprisingly well, and it looks great on camera. For around $100, that's a win. It's great for beginners, especially if you're not ready to buy an interface yet. The USB and XLR combination means you can start simple, upgrade later, and not have to change your mic. Now, if you're recording musical vocals, or if you're looking for that condenser sparkle on an acoustic guitar, this might not be a forever mic, but it's not what it's made for. For what it's worth, the K688 punches well above its price, and it's earned a spot in my toolkit certainly. Not just as a backup, but as a genuinely useful mic for spoken word work. I think I'm going to be using this for some children's stories I'm narrating currently. But I am curious, do you own this microphone? What do you use it for? What colour did you choose? Well, I really hope this gave you a clear idea of what the fine K688 can do. If you enjoyed the comparisons, be sure to check out my Can You Hear the Difference playlist. It's packed with mic tests, instrument demos, and more. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell if you want more honest reviews and audio content. You can also follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Blue Sky. All the links are in the description. More videos are coming soon, and more microphones to put through the paces. See you in the next one. There is a fly in my control room. Reactions like a ninja.